This Next Level J. What's going on with everybody? Find this workout. Just checking in. About to bust a few subs. Just looking for somebody to talk to, that's all. Load up this wash a while. I'll wait. I really didn't schedule this live tonight. I just decided to go in and do something tonight. Just talk. Somebody out here feel like talking. Just trying to tell y'all what's going on. I'm gonna break it down in a minute. I'm gonna put these 3 dishes up right here. Let y'all see where I'm at. Put these 3 dishes up I got over here. Get them out the way. Hope everybody's weekend was good. Hope everybody feeling like the song says, blessed and highly favored. What's up? What's up? I see somebody that came up in the house. Yeah, I ain't got too much going on tonight. I just wanted to get a little bit of conversation going. Man, life been lifing, man. Life been lifing. I think the last time I talked to y'all, I told y'all about my little cousin passing away. And man, you know, it's tough, man, when you have your brothers and sisters or your cousins, they look up to you, and you know, you excuse how I look. I've been going through my depression. Well, I did cut my face off, but I ain't did nothing with my head. Oh well. But you have people to look up to you. Let me turn this back around. You have people to look up to you. You know, you watch them grow up. They have kids. You know, sometimes family kind of get away from each other a little bit. But you still remember, you know, the old times, you know, when they was little, you know, getting into stuff. My little cousin that just passed, I was about 9 years older than her. And you know, she kind of had a hard life. Like, I kind of felt bad for it. Like, I hate to talk about it, you know, but you know, sometimes everybody just don't get along with each other. And she had a hard time adjusting, getting along with people too much. But, you know, she was a nice person, but I I think it's more like, you know how you have somebody that's straight up, you know, even if they ain't right all the time, you know, they straight up, whatever's on their mind, they just say it. And that kind of rub people the wrong way about you. People don't look at you like, oh, you know, I respect that, you know, because, you know, they straight up, they look at it like, you know, maybe you think you all that, or you think you know everything. They look at it negatively. Put it that way. But forget all that. What bothers me is I just keep thinking about the conversation that we had, and she was telling me, because we hadn't talked in a while, and one thing about her, like I noticed like she was on and off social media. Like she'd be on it for a while, and then she'd log out of it. You don't hear nothing from her. And one day she logged in, and then I saw a friendship request. I was like, part of my mind, in the back of my mind, I was thinking this might be somebody, a scam, because I have had people try to act like other people and try to, you know. But I accepted the friendship request, and she came right over to Messenger and started talking to me. And I was like, is this really her? But we began to talk, and I knew it was her. And she started telling me, it's like she was wanting somebody to talk to. She started telling me about how she wasn't feeling good, how she wasn't able to eat. Said she losing a bunch of weight. And I was like, cuz that don't sound good. I said, you need to get it checked out. She did tell me that she went to the doctors, and they gave her some kind of medicine to help her appetite or whatever like that. But I don't think it couldn't have been no deep down search to find out. You know how a lot of the doctors is. You tell them your symptoms, they automatically assume it's this, that, the other, and they send you. So it was a situation like that. But when she was telling me about it, and she was stressing, you know, just how bad she was feeling, I said, I said, you need to get them to look deeper and find out what's going on. It's something not right about that. So she was like, okay. I didn't hear no more from her in a while. And then she disconnect her Facebook and stuff again. I didn't have her number. I just had access to her from that, you know, that Facebook. And I was like, what's going on? Next thing I know, I got the word from my mom that she had cancer. The problem was that she had cancer. And on top of it, it was so far gone that they couldn't do nothing about it. It had festered up in her, and they couldn't do nothing about it. And when I heard that from my mom, I was like, oh my God. I tried to reach her. Couldn't get in contact with her. From what I heard, she went into a shell. She just went off to herself. Her sister was looking out for her, but you know, she didn't want to be around nobody. She did get up with a couple of my aunts, and she decided to, get saved and baptized. She did that much, but for the most part, she just stuck to herself. And then I got the word the other night, I think January the 3rd, that she passed away about 3 o'clock in the morning. So, the problem with the thing that's bothering me, this ain't the first cousin that had virtually final conversations with me. And it's like, it's got me messed up, man, because I'm like, why does everybody keep coming to me before they pass? Like, it's messing me up. I just lost my other cousin. I talked to him. He was telling me about some things he was going through. I encouraged him. That used to be my basketball rival. We used to compete like crazy. He loved Allen Iverson, and that's all he wanted to do was dribble all day. Like, we used to get in so many arguments. I ain't even want. He was good. He was good enough to be on my team, but he just was a ball hog. But he played good defense. But he called me. We talked. We talked for probably about 3 hours. We talked for probably about 3 hours. Reminiscing, talking about old times, talking about current things. He told me that he had a cold that he'd been trying to get over. And I didn't think much of it. We talked and talked, got off the phone. Less than a week later, he was gone. COVID. He was staying with his sister, and everything was okay, as far as she knew. Just one day, he didn't come up. He was staying in the basement. His room was in the basement, and he didn't come up. They went to work, went to school, and nobody seen him. So when they came home, and he wasn't out and about, his sister sent her son down there to go check on him. He was down there deceased. COVID. Never would have thought. And you know what's crazy is they young 40s. Young 40s. Young 40s. He called me. I don't even think it was a week. I think it was about 3 days. Gone. Then if I go back, well, matter of fact, I'm gonna go in between. I go back to my father. I didn't have a relationship with my father. I found him one day, all messed up. I don't know if I told y'all this story over here on this side. The last I saw him, before I cut him off, he was living it up. Dressed fine, nice car, brand new car, spanking car. Like, said he drove it off the showroom floor. Stuff went down. I cut him off. I said, I can't do it no more. I cut him off. So, about 2 years later, I was walking down the road past in this block where some of his family lived. And this man was in a wheelchair, and he called me. He called me by my name. I was like, "Who's that?" Y'all know I can't see that. I can't see that good, so like I didn't immediately recognize him. And then he looked nothing like he looked the last time I saw him. He says, "Me, your father." I was like, "What?" Now, of course, the devil was telling me, keep on walking, leave him there. But my heart wouldn't let me. My heart wouldn't let me. I had to find out. That's my dad. I want to find out what's going on. What happened? So he tells me that he worked for the Pepsi Cola company. He said he was loading up a truck with a forklift, and the truck pulled away from the station, and the forklift, and the load fell several feet down to the ground, and he wound up messed up. He couldn't even go back to work. He was messed up so bad. I was like, dang. Me having the big heart I had, I found out that he was over there. Like, people was taking advantage of him. He couldn't see that good no more. It's like he took a bad turn, a real bad turn. Like he was almost blind. I said, dang. I packed my family up, moved over there to the apartment right over top of him. And I said, I got to take care of him. I got to look out for him. And I took care of him. And I decided I was going to move out of that apartment. That landlord was a scumlord. I said, I got to find me another place. I had a little daughter. I couldn't be in there in that place like that. So I moved. I got a place about 3 or 4 blocks away. And I would still go around and, take care of him. One day, I go around there, and he gone. He gone. Somebody done packed him up and moved him. The house is empty. I said, what the heck? So, of course, I go and I ask his family, hey, where my father at? I don't know. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I learned while I was with him, like he was determined that he was going to get himself, like we had a moment, because it became a moment where he was being a little bit ungrateful with all the things that I was doing, and he was talking a whole lot of stuff. So I said, I got to give him some time. And he eventually wound up apologizing and gave me some stuff that I needed. He told me that he loved me. That's something that I waited to hear my whole entire life. I felt like a little kid again. I needed that. And that he was sorry. So I was like, okay. So when somebody packed him up and moved him, I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's up with this? Got a phone call 2 weeks later. My mom saying that he was in the hospital. So I rushed down there to the hospital. Get to the hospital. He's in the hospital in a coma. And one of his legs was cut off. I was like, what is going on here? Somebody said, I don't know who told me that, but somebody told me, he was in a wheelchair. Somebody told me he fell down a flight of steps in his wheelchair. I'm like, what in the world he even doing their steps with a wheelchair? So, like I said, I go to the hospital, I go to see him, and I'm standing there beside his bed, talking to him, please come back. We need you. You got a granddaughter. We need you. Amazingly, he came out the coma. He came out of the coma. And he vaguely started talking to me. He says, um, I want you and your brother to take care of each other. I was like, yeah, we're gonna. Now, at the time, me and my brother, we was on the outs. But, for him, I said, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Don't worry about it. I said, we're gonna take care of you too. Don't worry about it. So I sit there. I called the doctors and stuff in there because he came out the coma. They came in doing whatever. And I sit there with him for a little bit, and he just was really tired. He ain't say too much more. I couldn't get out of him like what happened. And man, the time came I had to get my daughter off the school bus. And the school bus was way clean across town, about an hour away. Man, I hated to leave him, but I ain't have nobody else to get my baby off the bus. So I told him, I said, listen, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. As soon as I get, Ashley off the bus or whatever. And he understood. He said, okay. I made it all the way there and got my baby and was about to start on my way back. I got the phone call that he passed away. I was like, how? Like he was doing good. But he's another one. He's talking to me, talking about all the things he wanted to do, all his dreams and aspirations. I look up. It's like within a snap, he gone. He gone. So that was another one. And then the first one was my cousin that passed from COVID. His brother, his big brother. That was my favorite cousin. Like starting out, we were the first three. We was the first three. It was my brother first, then him and me. We were the first three in age. And man, that dude, that was the coolest dude, man. Listen, I call that dude the LL of the family, LL Cool J of the family. Like he was cool. He got the girls. Like he had swag. And I was just old nerd. Like I ain't have no game. I ain't had nothing. I just was watching. But, boys gonna be boys. He would, get girls to do stuff, and we ain't never seen nothing like that. Like so, like we just geeking about it. We tripping. So he kept getting into fights, cause he was a ladies' man, but that boy can fight. Don't play with him. That boy can fight. So it came to a point where his mom wound up putting him away. That was sad. That was sad times. So he was put away. He was put away in Boys Village. Then he left Boys Village and went to some halfway house setting. And while he was in the halfway house setting, he reached out to me. And he another one told me all the things he wanted to do. He said he wanted to get out of there. He asked me if he can come stay with me. The thing is, I was staying with my mom, and my sister was staying there, and her son was staying there, and her husband. And I couldn't let him. I told him, I said, man, I ain't got no place to, invite nobody. A week later, he was gone. He was gone. They said supposedly he had a seizure. But he told me he had some words with a couple of guys there, and we was about to we was making plans to go up there and make a visit, you know, because that's what we did. Like us cousins, like we ain't play that. You know what I'm saying? He was gone. He was gone. He was gone. We never. My mom said that he did suffer from seizures. I never ever remember him suffering from no seizure. I never remember him suffering from no seizure. But she said he did, and they said that's what happened to him, and he wound up, falling and hitting his head, and that's what took him. For years, I had so much guilt, like. But then I said, like, what could I do? Like, I was living with somebody. Like, I just only wish that we could have went up there and maybe seen what was going on. Like, I don't know. It's just everybody just keep coming to me, you know? And these is like people that I really care about. And they coming to me. Even my uncle, I forgot about him. This one, it wasn't so bad, but it was. My uncle, we wasn't really close. He kind of stayed away from the family. And I remember growing up as a kid saying, dang, my Uncle Andy don't be around the family. Like, he be acting funny. Everybody used to think, like, he act funny. I know he was a Jehovah's Witness, you know, and I know they had set rules or whatever, but, you know, we just didn't understand, like, why he was so standoffish like that. But, what brought us close? I went through some problems in a relationship. Bad. I mean, the worst. And I got through it. Through the grace of God, I got past it. And I got beyond it. I got through it. And the wife that he had all those years, he went through a similar situation with her. And he was broken. He was broken. And out of all people, he called me. He called me, asking for help. And I understood. I understood, like, the feelings that he had. I understood the pain that he was feeling. And I helped him. I helped him. And he was grateful. He was grateful for the words of encouragement. He was grateful for the prayers and everything that I did to help him in that time. So that kind of brought us closer. And then, like, a couple of years later, he wound up meeting a nice woman and marrying her. I had never met her. But they had been married for probably about 5 or 6 years. And he got the word that he has cancer. So the thing with him, I'm gonna read your thing. I'm gonna dry my hands. The thing with him, he didn't have no insurance, so they was giving him the runaround, and nobody would treat him until he got that insurance. And so all that time he was running, and the cancer was just getting worse and worse. So by the time he got his insurance and stuff straight, he didn't have much time left. Like, he had did all of the stuff that he could do, the chemo, the this, the that, And it got to the point where there was nothing else they can do for him. But he knew his timeline, so guess what he decided to do? Before he leave this earth, he decided to make a trip all the way from Texas over to South Carolina to see me. He wanted to see me before he go. Now that one, like we had a little bit of warning that it was coming. Of course, we didn't want that, but I got a chance to meet his wife. Beautiful, beautiful woman, like inside and out. Just like the love and the care that she showed for him, like it was inspirational. And we still keep in touch with her to this day. And it was a really blessed experience to be around them. I took the weekend off, and I just spent the whole weekend with them. I just took them out, showed them all the sights, and took them all around. Me and my girl, that's all we did. We just spent the whole time with them, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And then time he went home, probably like a week later, he was gone. He was gone. But, I worry. I have faith. I do have faith in God, and I trust God. And I know everything is in his will. But I got to be honest. Like, I worry about other people. I worry about other people in my life. Like, I'm going to read your comment in a minute. Let me... I ain't gonna worry about that. Let me come over here on the side real quick. Sit down. I appreciate y'all coming in and chilling with me, listening to me, talking. I'm looking a mess. I'm feeling a mess, but I'm trying. I'm just trying to kind of hold it together. But I still got some more stuff to catch y'all up to date. Wait a minute. All right. Try to go down. Creator, what's up? What's up? Anthony, what's up? What's up, man? Anthony and Creator. Official, what's up, man? Piper. I can't make out that name. 877, what's up? God is good. See, prayers to him. Appreciate that, Cam. What's going on, fitness? Can I pray? Okay. Just feel like, okay. I appreciate it, Morgan. Yeah, so to bring you full up to date. Yeah, I already told y'all about my brother. All right. Well, his son, my nephew, Marquise, like I said, he's been, turn this around. He's been, let me make sure I got this thing clear. Okay. Yeah. He's been struggling. He's been struggling with life, since he lost his father and he lost his mom. You know, he been drifting in and out. Then got arrested a few times. Most of the time for minor stuff like trespassing. Because Myrtle Beach is getting so sensitive. Like you can't be out there at certain times. You can't be lounging around and stuff like that. They'll lock you up. And for some reason, that's his favorite spot. He keep hanging out there in Myrtle Beach, and they wind up getting him and arresting him. Well, he must have been feeling real bad because he decided to go to the hospital. I ain't gonna say he must, because he did tell me. He said it was. He was feeling bad. He was feeling like he just didn't feel right, and then his leg had swole. Just one of his legs had swole on one side, and he thought it was serious. He felt like it was serious, so he went to the nearest hospital. Now, the hospital he went to, I don't have the best feeling about that hospital because of what happened with my brother. I don't care for that hospital. Like I don't trust that hospital. But I realized and I know it's new staff, it's new people working there, but and then I realized that, it was an emergency. He had to go. He was feeling bad. So he went in there. Come to find out, his leg was swollen like that because, according to them, he had gotten bitten by a spider. He said it was a spider bite on his leg, and they gave him antibiotics to kind of drain that out. But he had something more serious going on. His pinky toe was seriously infected to the point where they said they had to take it. They had to take his pinky toe. And, it's not bad, but it's not good, because he still ain't stable. He's still out there like that. So I had a chance to go up there today, and I talked to him, and I'm glad that the faith was there, but he still was feeling funny, and it's understandable. That's the hospital that took his dad, so he had those feelings, and he was a little bit afraid. Well, thankfully he had the surgery. Everything went well with the surgery, and they even said he may even be able to leave tomorrow. So it was a good thing, but his sugar is completely out of control, like seriously out of control. And I didn't know it until today, but he also is dealing with high blood pressure. Also, that combination it's not good. It's not good at all. It's not good at all. So, these are some things that he's going to have to work on. And matter of fact, it was one of the reasons that he wound up with the issue that he had. It's part of it was the diabetes out of control. And then the other part, he was working a job a couple years back and he stepped on a rake and it snagged that toe. And he never, well, he went to see about it and all they did was dress it up. They never really, looked at it like that. So I guess it started getting worse throughout time, along with the diabetes, along with it, and it just got to the point where you know they had to cut it. And I thank God that it could have been worse. It could have been the foot. It could have been the leg. My father went through that. My uncle went through that. My uncle lost both his legs. So I'm grateful, especially in the position that he's in right now. He do not need to be without no limbs. No. So I'm happy that he was able to, get through this surgery and everything worked out good for him. But I won't feel my best until he away from that hospital. That's just it's just how I feel, you know. And then to top it off, the same day, um, my girl, she been having some problems, and it's prayerfully it's not nothing as serious as cancer. Prayerfully, but we have to wait for the the reports. What's that thing called? We have to wait for her stuff to come back. For them to find out what's what. So that's on my mind. It's like all of these different things. Like, I've been trying these past few months. I've been trying to lock in, and get myself together. Like I said, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I've been trying to lock in. But I ain't gonna say but. I am. I'm going to. But these times has just been, you know, these been troubled times. Troubled times. Yeah. And these are troubled times, and with all of that going on, like like my girl, she had finally decided that she was going to go through the kidney transplant. Like, she had a deep fear about that, having that big surgery like that. And for a while, for the past few years, and it's understandable because it was somebody, and one of her friends' father had an opportunity to get a transplant. 13 years, no, 11 years. 11 years he was on dialysis, and he got his opportunity, and it wound up being a medical mishap that wound up taking him away. And the thing is, at that point, she was ready then. She was ready to go, and let's get this transplant, let's get it going. But when she got that news, she stepped back. She like, and it's understandable. Shoot, I'll be scared too. I'll be scared. Like, so it's been a couple of years, And then she finally got it. You know what? I gotta do this. Like, I've been on dialysis too long. It's tough. It's time for me to do this. I gotta do this. And now we hoping that it don't be no other problems that's gonna stop her from achieving the goals that she wanna achieve. So, you know, I feel like I feel like a match. I feel like a match. Sometimes that flame be going just ready to light it up. But you know how sometimes at times your light, if you got a match, it like a little bit of wind go past, it dims a little bit, but it brighten back up. It might go down and dim a little bit, but it don't go out. But it dims and then it comes back. That's how I feel. Like I be so on fire, like, come on, let's get it, let's roll. And then life, circumstances, situations, you know, things just come and just, you know, I know I'm a firm believer. I know everything happens for a reason, you know, and I believe that, God is in control of everything. When it's all said and done, um, you know, everything is in His will. Everything works in His will. You know, I don't know. I just wanted to have a little conversation about things. I know I haven't really been doing my exercises too much. Um, just trying to stay motivated. Trying to stay motivated. But I probably, I don't know, just tired of sitting down, tired of watching TV. I've been kind of slacking with all of my stuff. Even my other channel, you know. But I get it though. Sometimes you gotta back up. Sometimes you gotta back up and just take a deep breath and kind of get yourself together. You can't never let nothing take you from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I've been trying to get out of that. I've always been the type of person to like just trying to help and support everybody. And the thing is, so many times I've been left by myself and wondering like, dang, I'm messed up. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing. I'm here. I'm stuck. Where's everybody for me? You know? So I'm learning now that I'm older that I have to start making time for myself. But my problem is I need to start finding some positive, productive things to do. Cause just sitting around is not helping me at all. It's just making me feel worse, you know. But I'm okay. I'm okay though. Don't y'all worry about it. Like, you know, it's just I just need to take some time and pray and seek answers because, like I said, I just wonder like why everybody keep coming to me. Like why it seemed like I'm the last stop before people leave, and I don't take it negatively, because I know that I've been very positive in these people's lives, and I feel like I meant something to them. That's why they wanted to talk to me, before they go. I feel like that. I don't feel like it's no kind of jinx or curse or nothing like that. But it's like it's a heavy burden to bear, you know, for the people that you care about just to be gone. Like, especially be so young. I forgot one. My kid's mom. My kid's mom. Now I wasn't talking to her like that. I was not talking. We was not having no conversations. She's done got remarried. She was living her life, and I was living my life. We was not having no conversations at all. And then one day she called me. I said, "Huh?" I picked the phone up. It's her. Hey, what's going on? I'm thinking it's something about the girls. She just wanted somebody to talk to. And it wasn't an issue because my girl was right there. She was talking too. She started telling me about some things that was going on and was telling me about, her dialysis. She was on dialysis too. Her dialysis wasn't doing good. She wasn't doing good with her dialysis. Her blood pressure just keep dropping down real, real low. I was like, man. And we talked for about 2 hours. Talked about some Netflix stuff. 2 days later, she was gone. 2 days later, she was gone. What? She was gone 2 days later. She don't call me. Like, why did she call me? She called me. That's crazy. That's crazy. We talked for a while. It was no disrespect. Like, my girl wasn't offended about nothing. Like, we just talked like old friends. 2 days later, she was gone. I forgot about that. That was that was before my uncle. No, that was after my uncle. After my uncle that came down here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, while we were talking, her husband, I saw him walking back and forwards in the room. So he wasn't, it wasn't she was sneaking or nothing like that. Like he was, I saw him walking back and forwards. So, and we was on a camera just like that, like we are. So he saw that I was on the phone. So it was no disrespect or nothing, but she just, I guess she just needed to talk to me. But she told me things was kind of bad, but I didn't know it was bad like that. I didn't know it was that serious. But I realized like you know, you know, eventually, eventually God is going to take us. You know, it's just tough that so many people are dying. My first cousin, he was nothing. He barely was 30 something years old, like young 30s when he passed. And all the rest of them was in their 40s. My father, I think my father had just turned 50. I think he was either 50 or 51. My brother, 47. I thank God for every day that I have that He give me. And I try to express to God how much I appreciate that. I try to thank Him every day for waking me up and giving me another opportunity. Because I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I know I always say this, like every day that he wakes us up, it's he's not finished with us. He still has a plan for us. He has a plan for our lives. So, one thing I do try to do, I try to represent him as best as I can. Like I ain't perfect. Like I listen to music that's not holy all the time. Um, you know what I mean? I'm just a regular old person, But I stand on God. I put God first in my life. I know that without him, there wouldn't be no me. What's up, Brad? I appreciate it. Man, I'm just venting a little bit. Whole lot of things is, going on around me and just trying to keep my cool about things, trying to maintain, trying to keep my head up, trying to be optimistic. Um, Still on the other end, trying to encourage people, trying to motivate people, trying to motivate myself, you know. But when you seeing, people around you suffering and going through things like or passing away, like it takes from you. It takes from you. It takes from you. But it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I just wanted to get on here and just have a little conversation. I know I haven't did much of nothing over here on this channel, and I feel bad honestly because I really want to just get my workout on and just get it but and I'm struggling struggling to get out the bed, struggling to keep myself up, struggling to hold my tears back. you know it's tough. It's tough, but I ain't gonna cry on here. Like it's something falling from the roof over here. It fell down on my eye. It was no tear, y'all. Don't think it was no tear. Yeah, but you know, um, I'm gonna keep praying. I'm gonna keep praying about the situation. I'm gonna, keep asking God for guidance and to help through these circumstances, situations, and to give me strength. To give me strength, because I feel weak. I feel weak. I feel like I told my nephew, because he's in the same boat. Like he's he's like he got the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's walking around and he's trying to carry this and that and the other. And it's tough. It's tough. It's tough just to do you, just to carry yourself and to live and to do things for yourself, especially with everything going on around us. That's tough. But you talking about taking on yourself and this task and that task and just trying to balance everything. Like I said, I want to be healthy. I want to be spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, financially. Like I want to be pluses on everything. But it's tough. It's tough at times. It's tough. It's tough. But like I said, I feel better when my nephew come away from that hospital. Um, he got his girlfriend is up there with him, and I let her know to make sure she stays up there um, with him. If she need to get out and go somewhere, she need to let me know, because I will never, ever leave another family member unattended in no hospital again. I will never do that. I don't care what it takes. I will never, ever leave any of my family members alone in a hospital, especially if they're healthy. Especially if they're healthy, but I don't even care about that. I would never leave them because it's, and I know it's not all hospitals, not all people, but man, my trust has just been destroyed. I'm just gonna keep it real. Think how those you care about would want to see from you. You are man, but you are God. Yeah. Do your part as a man. Let God do his part as God. Amen. You're right about that. You're right about that, Brad. You're right. We gotta let go and let God. And a lot of times it's tough because we want to be, especially men. Men, we want to be the hero. We want to be the hero for our kids. We want to be the hero for our family. We want to be the hero for. Uh, we want to make our parents proud. You know, we go to work. We try to dang gonna stand out there and try to do everything to try to prove ourselves there. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's really a lot. I hate to say this, but I'm not in that situation. Like I got a good support system here, but I've seen people that's all in, just doing the right thing, working, taking care, doing what they're supposed to do, and they don't have no respect at home. Like just disrespect, disregard, no appreciation. Like man, what in the world? Like that? I know, man, love is a crazy thing. Love will make you sit in some crazy stuff, but you know, I don't like disrespect. I don't like blatant disrespect and disregard, especially a hard working person, man or woman, hard working, breaking that back to try to support and just don't ain't getting no love, just disrespect. Like I don't care for stuff like that, you know. But one thing I learned, I don't get in people's business no more. Once upon a time, me and my brother, we was enforcers about stuff. Especially my brother. If he sees something going on, he see a female not being treated right, he going over and jumping. I say, look, man, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. And it was like that back then. You really can't do that now. You catch some bullets being up, and you might catch some bullets from the woman you trying to defend. Not to stay out of people's business, but but it's disturbing. It's disturbing, but I appreciate the support system that I have, but it'd be hard, man. It'd be hard, It'd be hard when all of the pieces don't fall into place the way that you want it to. And I get it. I get it. Like God has his pencil and he's working everything out, every detail out. And sometimes you have to be patient. You have to be patient for things to fall in place the way that they need to. Like what's those things? Those puzzles. You got the pieces got to fit perfectly, you know. And sometimes it require meditation, concentration, praying, and then you become more focused, and you'll be able to put those pieces. God allow you to put those pieces where they need to be, and you can be able to move forward into whatever He had planned for you. I don't know, but it'll be all right, y'all. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Like I said, I really appreciate y'all. Like one thing for sure, I can always count on y'all coming over here and showing some love. Wash this other pan. I don't feel like washing that pan. I gotta wash it now. Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in and showing love and support. You know, a lot of people can relate to different things. You know, like I see people myself, because not only do I do YouTube, but I watch YouTube myself, and I see people, you know, going through ups and downs, and you know, this and that. You know, I got a heart. You know what I mean? Anybody with a heart, like you want to see people happy, even besides YouTube. What's going on in our country and around the world? You know, it's just, you know, God wants us to love each other and support each other. You know, and I'll be honest, like, it's a little bit disappointing. It's a little bit disappointing, but some things we can't change, but prayer and the Lord can. And I'm praying that, you know, that God's going to intervene and that people will be properly taken care of. You know, I just have, after my brother and my nephew, it's like I feel differently about homeless people. You know, it used to be, I just thought, like a lot of people think, oh, they just lazy, they don't want to do nothing for themselves. But it ain't always like that. It ain't always like that. A lot of people are dealing with mental illness. A lot of people are just messed up, you know. Some people can't afford to live, so they, you know, they out there because they can't afford it. Wait a minute, y'all. You know, out here all this noise. I gotta put some hot water in there to wash that pan, because it's grease. I'll get that in a minute. But listen, what was I saying? Yeah, some people, you know, some people just, my daughter told me, matter of fact, I got a lot of people that live in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. And they told me that I already know that the rents and stuff like that are like super high compared to what it was when I was living there. So I know that part, but a lot of people are saying that the gas and electric company is they is off the chain. They is off the chain. Like, people talking about they getting $400, $500, $600 electric bills for 1 month. What? What? Man, that's tough. Just think, somebody with a fixed income trying to pay rent in a $600 or $500 electric bill. What? Man, come on, man. But just things are just getting so outrageous. Just people just doing whatever they want to do. It's greed. Greed has really taken over. Greed, you know. But these just praying times. We just got to pray. And we got to trust God through this process, through everything that's going on. And just like you say, it's that bread. Just like you said, you know, you can only do what you can do. You know, you can't do everything. Some things you gotta just give it to God. You gotta give it to God. Some of the stuff that's going on around us, we got to give it to God. It's out of our hands. It ain't much enough we can do. The biggest and the best thing that we can do is pray. Pray. Come together and pray. Don't be angry. Don't be angry, because that's defeating the purpose. And I know listen, stuff happening. You want to be mad. You want to be pissed. But we got to pray. We got to pray. You know. But I'm going to get off here, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming and chilling on here. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I ain't trying to have y'all on here all night. And look, to make matters worse, I think I told y'all. I don't know if I told y'all my other channel. Let me turn it around. Man, I'm like, what's the old boy name? What's Boosie? I think Boosie. Come on, man. Look, make matters worse. Look at this. My TV right here done went up, man. My TV. The TV I always wanted. It done went up. I ain't had to. What's crazy? It goes up 2 months after the warranty expires. Right? Come on, man. I'm just sitting in my living room looking like a big old eyesore. I don't know. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. I think I'm going to do a little bit of extra praying tonight and ask God to, just give me some strength. Give me some extra strength. Give me some extra strength, please, because it's a lot of things. A lot of things that's going on, and it's just, I just gotta, I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat. Don't know what I'm gonna eat. Don't feel like cooking nothing. I'm sitting there looking. I think I'm gonna snatch something up real quick. And it's kind of late. I probably just going to just grab something light, chill out for about a half an hour, then try to find something. Try to find something to watch. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, man. Shoot. Man, I appreciate y'all. Seriously. I appreciate y'all. I gotta let you know this. All of the positive comments and the feedback, man, I'm by myself right here, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Y'all ain't got it, man. So much stuff. I'm pretty sure it's a game or something going on, and y'all decided to chill here with me. I appreciate that. Mad love to all of y'all, But I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back. Once I get my head together, I'll put something out. I'll put my Superman cape back on, and I'll get back at it. But for now, I just got to get my mental. I got to get my mental right. All right. Let me give my last minute, make sure I ain't miss nobody. You got to do the right thing, though. Trust God, right? Protect you, you know, into the earth in seconds. Intended. That's right. Appreciate the positive, Brad. Uh, what's that? Minton, uh, you. I'm just gonna call you you. I don't know if we. I think he's just trying to be negative. Probably bored tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you for being on here. Support me while you're bored. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all. As I always say, man, love, peace, and blessings to all of y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Uh, Hopefully, I'm hoping to be more energetic and more ready to get them by the time I get to y'all. But I'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks for all of y'all support. Peace out. I see you. God bless.